In this hopefully quick video, I will show you how we can create very easily an isometric drawing of a space. Isometric views are very easy to draw in contrast to 1-point or 2-point perspective because vertical as well as rotated lines can be perfectly measured, which actually also makes it suitable for technical drawing. They're not necessarily realistic, like a perspective drawing with foreshortening, but in terms of sketching this easily out alone with a client and using it as a three-dimensional sketch to explore space before we go into 3D modeling, this technique is actually very useful. And I, in this document, as you can see, have everything already set up. My screenshots. Here I wrote down some extra dimensions, and here screenshots of the shaper file with the dimensions on it. I will make a new layer, and let's set up actually our grid. So we can go to the preferences upper right corner, and for grid here we have various options, and there's isometric. We can select it, then we can adjust the spacing. Very good. Then let's go to the document. Isometric grid is turned on. Let's turn on snapping. There are two options. Let's first use snap to grid. And let's draw, and then we just move the pen around and see what happens. You notice the lines I draw perfectly follow the grid, which is good if I really want very quickly to create something that is rather simple in nature. But if maybe I want to draw something to here, and now at this point I would like to change the direction, you see it doesn't work. So to do this, I have to select Align to Grid. Cool. So with this, I can draw wherever I want. And you see, it perfectly follows the grid. No more rotating lines, no more measuring lines, no more rotating a ruler. This is just super effective when we want to very quickly create architectural sketches of a space in isometric view. So with this set, basically when we go back to our grid here, the spacing really doesn't make, no, for us it's not really important because we don't follow along it perfectly anyway. So let's delete everything. So how do we do now our sketch? The grid system is set up. Now we have to set up our unit system. Again, the nice thing about this drawing perspective or this drawing view is because similar to plan view or elevation view, which is 2D and can be measured, this is the only perspective way of representing an object, space or product, doesn't matter, can be done for furniture design too, where everything can be measured. That also makes these views look less realistic. 1 inch to how many inches? Let's say 8 feet. This line is 1175 by kind of like 200 up. And then here this is like 700. Okay, so let's draw a line, maybe here. So that's around 200. And close to 2,200, and then this is around 700 going over, and boom, we're off the page. So the scale is too big. And no, it's not big enough. So through tinkering, I know we need to set this kind of like to a 1 to 10 to get this onto the document. 200, 1200. I'm just going very coarse here right now, just so I can see, does my piece, when I start drawing it, actually fit onto my page? Okay, and now it does. Could actually make this even a tick smaller. Okay, so let's say 12 feet. Or you just can type in directly also the inches, what it should be. So right now it's a 1 inch to 144. Let's maybe make this simply 160 inches. Done. So maybe the number is easier. Good. Okay, very good. So where do we start? I simply will start with this corner where the door is. Pick myself here a line, and then I start drawing this down. What's the length? 684. Oops, so now we start drawing it. Be a little bit careful. 684. So it's a little bit bigger. Again, do we use this just for a quick sketch? Then this is fine. If we want this to be more precise, then with a finger go onto the dimension. 684. Done. Clean. Okay. Now I can just, if I want also, maybe this piece at least snap to the grid. Sweet. Okay. So the next line I have here, 1175. So I can, if I want to, do it actually this way there. Oh, hold on. Oh, come on. There. Very nice. I just copied the line. I just wanted to get onto the dimension. And 1172. There. 75. So with the finger one more time onto that dimension. That's the only thing I don't really like about this software. Sometimes we needed to select the object. So when I edit or tapped onto the dimension, then it really went into edit mode for the dimension. There. Okay, cool. One thing a student pointed out. So now you don't see it. Now you see the dimension. If I tap the dimension, there actually we can navigate them. So if you want to do it this way, it's kind of nice to have actually readouts all the time, or we with the hand tap onto them. So you see it has two dot left and right. That means this dimension always goes away when that object is not selected anymore. So there everything is selected. Here let's maybe move this line a little bit closer to there. Maybe a little bit up. Okay, so this one go to there, there, there. Cool. Zack. I, for snapping, have key points now turned on and the grid, so it snaps to that stuff. So very nice. So here now we have a line 1099. Now I can make a copy of this, bring this over, select this, and then finger and tap onto that line 1099. Zack. There we are. Select this one, copy. We can bring this to there. Do we have a length here? Yes, 607. Come on, I'm still trying to get into that mode for editing 607. So it's up to you if you want to use it or not. Cool. Now, how to draw a horizontal line? No, there, that doesn't work. When we have the grid, actually, let's see if we can. Yeah, we can. So I can move this to there. Very good. And then draw my connection line just with the guide tool. Or alternatively, I turn snap off and then draw a horizontal line, maybe with the stretch here, not stretch, the smoothing turned off, or and just go with a guideline. Two ways. You can choose which way you would like to do. Okay, so actually our floor plan is done. Now we can think about, so there is a 12-inch frame that goes around. So material thickness. So from here now, draw a line and 12-inch there, very good. And do the same here. So this gives me a little bit of a reference. Not 100% 12, but again, that's fine. This is not an AutoCAD drawing. So select this, copy. And stretch is turned on, and let's make this one bigger. And then we can move this around and try to there line this up. Very nice. We can also draw an isometric 12 this direction. Select this, make a copy, scale this up, and make this bigger on purpose, and get this to there. You notice that actually once you start getting into the flow, it's actually a pretty fast process. Duplicate and then scale, bring this in, there we are. One last there, 12. Zack, very nice. And then we can select this one, make a copy, make this bigger. So how do I know where to select this? When this should be 12, yeah. So 12 would be there, this direction. And you see, man, that's not 12. So I'm trying to eyeball plus minus the thickness. And this here seems to be very close. Okay, so with something like this done, now we can actually clean this up a little bit. These lines don't have to be that long. Not everything needs to be also removed. I can even do something like this. Can stylize stuff. Obviously, these lines here I put in, they're kind of wrong, so I just take them out. However, this one here I move Whoops, no. This one I move to there. No, we have a door. So there it is. So 36 and 40 on this view. So select this one. Then we move this over now. 36. You see there's a readout. But the readout is actually horizontal. It's not along the isometric grid. So I will draw myself here a line, 36 and 40, right? Yeah. Then this one I can select. I have the grid snapping turned on, or the other snap, so maybe I turn this off. Zack. Number one, copy. Second one, there. Delete. Delete. Keep it for the moment. And 138, 150. So this should be 150. That's that one. And 338. Oops, that was too long. There. Very nice. So this I will turn this snapping off again and, for example, zoom in a lot, and then I place this one close to where I would like this to be. Very good. And this one I will position to there. So this now, make a copy, move over. There, and then there, copy, and there. Delete, and delete. So my everything for the ground is actually fine. So my floor plan. Now I can take a look at the whole drafting everything up. I will make myself a new layer. So I only draw on that. It's a height of 189. And now I will, instead of moving stuff around, I will simply start trying to draw everything more directly. 189. Oops, too much. There, cool. And then 582. I slow down here for a moment. One more time. Okay, that's a tick too much. Maybe zoom in a little bit more. It was hard to hit. 582. There we are. Then this goes 31 up. See? And then the rest, and thanks to isometric drawing, easy. Zack. Zack. There we are. Cool. Here, this line's maybe a tick too long. Bring this to there. Shorten it. We have 12-inch material thickness. Now remember that. Okay, so there we are. And then from there, draw really long. I don't care how long the line is, because there is anyway the next piece. Maybe here I shorten this. And then select this and delete. Yeah. This one here would go over. And we'll actually make now a kind of like a cut section view. Or not necessarily cut section view. I started drawing everything like it got removed. Notice the order. First the one and then the other one. And look, flop. If everything's good, it should meet up actually perfectly. So there it does not necessarily. Ah, it looks like a square. Okay. So this is fine. Yeah, so very nice. So let's go to here. We can flop, draw this one up, select this, bring this over, clean this up a little bit. No? I hope you start noticing it's actually really quite enjoyable to do. So 12 there, and then bring this over. Also here, oh yeah, well this is one thing. We still want to be able to draw the stuff accurately. So the height actually was wrong. 12, then there the next starts. This line here I just drew a little bit, and rotate is turned off, and I simply scale this up. There it snaps to the start point, and then I scale it till it touches the other side. Very good. So you start noticing that actually my wall starts to overlap with the floor. So I'd like to show you now one thing what we will do. So go over, go up 80. Here, zack. Then bring this over, bring this up. From here, bring this over. Very good. So let's hide this. A little bit of geometry, jujitsu, zoom in, remove this, then this can go, and this can go. Take too long. There. There's our wall. Can do this a little bit like this. Zack. And here, bring this up, bring this over, there, there, there. Okay, and then I can hide my floor plan. And again, decide, so where do I start to remove elements? So this for example can go. Then this can go because we don't really see this. This line here is a tick too long. Also here, this is too long. And actually some fragments. Okay, so some of these drawing fragments actually leave there. Don't clean stuff up too much. Because I have here my wall thickness. So I just draw it to somewhere there. Then I can select this line, make this nice and long. And then I bring it back and snap to there. Beautiful. And then here, this, let's remove. Okay, and I think you start slowly seeing the fruit of our hard labor. I will hide actually this a little bit more. Continue drawing here, because this is now really color by numbers more or less. What's the height? 225? No, 255. No, that can't be it. 255. How much is this one? 189, 189. Yeah. Let's double check quickly. Oh, 144. Whoops. Okay. So kind of funny. 144 I turned into 255. Well, that's hilarious. And there is 144. Suck over to there. And this one would go to there, stop there. This one would go to there, go up. There we are. Yeah, here, this line I go bring back, which also means this inner line here. No, I don't see. Goody. No. Now you can see we opened the front so we can look into the space, because otherwise from this angle it hides a lot. Now we want to show, hey, what do we do in this space? So we will just focus on the windows there. So it's the distance 755. So I will make myself here a drawing. Sorry, a line. Yeah, something like this. And then that is 96 by 48. 96, 48. There, very good. I will draw myself from here a really long line. There, very good. Because I will use this line to align everything. This one here I can bring back to there. That's my measurement line. That is my guideline for the bottom part. Sweet. And we have a distance 5.5 from there. So from here, 5.5. Okay. No. Partial on, partial off. So when I only go over this, you see then it only selects what's really inside the selection and not the guidelines. And then we have 110. There. Actually here we'll select all this. Copy. Copy. Yeah. And then partial on. I can delete those. Okay. Actually, I made a tiny mistake, not a big deal. This is an easy fix. So this is 12. This goes to there. This goes to there. And then partial on. Yep. So you copy and then bring this one over into this window. And also the same here. When the snapping is in your way, just turn it off. Beautiful. Now since we need something on the ground too. So here I will, snap turn on. I will add myself some lines here. There, okay. And a guideline. Yeah, and now I have a little bit more of the property. Okay, let's leave it at this because this is sufficient so you understand how an isometric drawing can be created in concepts. And again, the nice thing, because everything here can be dimensioned and we can work in a scale factor. When we start drawing something, we know what I draw is actually to scale. And where this can be very useful simply is now when I start drawing, let's say, a room into this. Okay, so here we are. I would like to add, obviously, let's say we want to add a studio space. So there's a window. So maybe down there. Okay, then we bring this over. Go in. Okay, here I have my interior wall. Very nice. Good. I would measure actually this to be obviously not 13. Now this, for example, now has to be 5 inches. So there you see. Let's turn snap off. So there's my interior wall. Because I have this one there, I can simply continue drawing from there. And okay, so what's 5 inches here? There. That looks like it. It's not, again, 100%. Totally fine. This is okay. There. Then now, because this is interior, all this, for example, if we want to, we can remove so we don't really see it, or we leave it for completion purpose. Leave some fragments there so we can, whoops, we could suggest, hey, it looked like it was hand drawn and then we erased it. Here, this is covering the window, no? So not good. Little trick when we do not want to remove stuff, we do the same as in a different exercise. We simply make a fill, and then here fill this area. Look how beautiful. So this way then I'm not really touching or damaging my stuff, because then I can have very quickly various illustrations, or not illustrations, versions of the space. Also, now let's go back to here. So we would like to add a door. Where do we do the door? Let's say we have a little bit of space here. Then 80 inches up over. Is this really 80? Yeah, okay. And 40 there. Whoops. There. And zip. No, this can be deleted. No, this was here actually this I can rather put up to there. And also there, now there we have the same thing. There's something below, so zack. And here, this edge. Here, and maybe I can delete because I decided that I truly want there to have this this door. Yeah, look at that. No, you start seeing actually the space, and then yeah, how do we draw objects in? I wouldn't necessarily draw objects very detailed in something like this. So let's say there should be a table or a work area. Okay, so from the wall something up. How high is the surface? Good question. How high is my table? Let's see quickly. 2 feet 5 inches, so 12, 24, 29. How much is this one? Yep, way too high. Okay, so 29. So now there would be my work surface, and then I can specify how big is the work surface, how long. There is this actually a bench somebody sits in, etc. and so forth there. And this will be fine. And even on the ground, we can just kind of like put marks down, like shapes. The last thing maybe to show, which could be quite nice, we want to add dimensions to this. So let's make a new layer. Put this layer here on top. And then I draw myself here. Here, let's go to this. Make this nice and thin there. And zoom. Bring this over and zoom. Okay, so you see how I projected this stuff over. Actually, it would be this way twice. This would be the interior dimension. And the length for the how could I say that? The room. And then we can put our architectural ticks onto it if you want to. And then the length or the text. So how long is this? What did we do actually? Oh, let's turn measure on. So this is 257. Okay. So then we can write in 257 inches. What is this? Oh, this is actually very long. Maybe here I just simply draw a line just to measure how long is this. So 658, let's say 660. Let me just change this. So I write this one bigger. Because that might happen at one point. Okay, now we can scale this down, for example. Very nice. And then we put this onto our dimension lines. It will look a little bit sad. When you check this out, so scale is actually turned on for these, and we can select these two dots and zip, squeeze those down. Partial off, so only select the text. Obviously, the stuff will be distorted a little bit. And that's fine. Here, this one is terrible. Make a copy. Cool. There. Now the dimensions even look like they are in perspective. So it's kind of cool. And then we could still, we don't have to do everything in a perspective. We could say here, and this is smoothing all turned off. Okay. Studio space. comma dates of, oh, I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. Painting and manual hand drawings. Very nice. Maybe the text is way too big now because of everything else. I can scale this one down there. Go to here and then a nice ta-da. There we have our annotations. Could say bench and start adding all informations to it. And then these drawings become really interesting and nice to look at. And that's it. Oh, 41 minutes, sorry.